Welcome to another episode of Conversation with Lamp. I'm your host, James Lampkin, and my guest today is the Melanin Marketer, Miss Chante Douglas. Thank you for joining me.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to be here and excited about this conversation today.
Look, I'm glad you're excited because, man, I never had a guest this excited. So this is helping me out. You done made flyers and sent me emails and discussed what you want to talk about. So
Right.
yeah, this is good. This is good. How you doing today?
I'm good. Happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you.
Yeah.
Happy to have you. So how did you even get involved in marketing?
So my degree, I've always been passionate since I was a teenager about marketing. I was fascinated by the commercials, right? Just the way they were telling stories. And so high school, I took marketing, and then when went to college, I knew I wanted to pursue marketing. So
Oh,
yeah.
so you do this at an early age.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, what was the commercial?
Uh, what was the commercial? I think it was like the My Buddy or the Cricket Dog. Just now I'm aging myself, dating myself, but yeah. And I was just fascinated with storytelling, and I knew I wanted to pursue it in college and get my degree in marketing.
My buddy, that's that doll that looked like Chucky, right?
Yes, absolutely.
My mother would not buy me that shit. She would not buy me that doll at all. I remember
Mhm.
I wanted my buddy so bad, and my mother
Really?
was like, "No." She just shut that shit down immediately.
Oh
No.
goodness.
So I'm sorry, you kind of triggered me with that one.
Oh my goodness.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Shaw University, and I also went to Howard for a short time. Yeah.
Where's Shaw?
In Raleigh, North Carolina.
Is that a HBCU?
Of course. Excuse me. Absolutely.
Oh my!
HBCU for life. Absolutely.
So you made it so it was important that you went to a HBCU.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Just legacies in my family attended HBCUs. My son now attends a HBCU as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a legacy thing.
Oh, absolutely. Not at Shaw, but just attending HBCUs, giving money that if you're going to go higher education, support the HBCUs.
Why Shaw?
That's a good question. I applied to multiple schools and I have family in North Carolina, and it was going to be important for me to be close to family, and not be too far where if something happened, they could get to me. So I have family that lived an hour away, 2 hours away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your experience there?
Amazing. College was just amazing experience. Just, it's a new chapter of the unexpected, and just, meeting new people from all over that look like you, but they have a different dialogue. Their upbringings are different, and y'all all here trying to find yourself in college. Yeah.
So you kind of came along with that different world influence.
Yes. And that was fun fact that they said during that time, like students enrolling in HBCUs from 92 to probably 98 had the highest enrollment across HBCUs.
Yeah, I mean, I could
Hmm.
believe it because the show,
Hmm.
it painted a positive light on HBCUs,
Yeah.
and it actually made going to college actually look fun and eventful. So
Yeah.
I do miss that show. They
I
should
know you
bring
see
back
it.
a
I'm binging it right now on Netflix.
really.
It's on Netflix. I'm currently binging it. Yeah. And it's so funny to watch it as a 40 something year old adult versus in a real time as a teen.
I think they was talking about doing a reboot.
Yeah, they are. They're gonna try with where it's Dwayne and Whitley's daughter attending Hillman. So we'll see.
Oh, on
Mhm.
is it supposed to be on like Netflix or
I
something?
think so. Yeah.
Man, Netflix giving out all the deals,
Telling you. Yeah.
man. So let's talk about your marketing strategies. Like
Okay.
we gonna just go to the first one because
Okay.
you've been talking about that one.
Hmm.
Posting and ghosting. What is it?
So I call it's my catchphrase. Stop posting and ghosting, right? So we all know what ghosting is, right? So I was like, how can I make that relatable to small business owners? So backstory, I provide marketing to small business owners. But as I teach my small business owners, what's my superpower? What's my differentiator? Anyone can teach small business owners marketing. So my niche audience are mainly Black women,
Okay.
business owners who are wearing multiple hats, right? So when they put on that marketing hat, they are ghosting. They're following in their audience they're trying to grow because they're like, okay, it's time for me to post something for marketing or my e-newsletter, my blog, my text campaign, whatever it is, my podcast. And then they drop off and they put on the CEO hat, the production hat. And so they are not giving their audience, but they want their audience to grow and they want to get sales. If they're offering a product, but they're not nurturing and getting to know their audience and listening and finding out what they need. They're just like, okay, I posted for the day, I'm good, and not paying attention to DMs and, call to actions, things of that nature. So when you're dating, you get ghosted. Have you ever been ghosted, James?
Uh, I don't. Nah, I don't think I've been ghosted. I had some situations
Okay.
where that shit didn't work out, and we ain't getting no closure call or nothing like that. But not ghosting, because it's really no need to ghost somebody. Like,
Right.
um, that like if it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. Like you pick up the phone, hey, this not gonna work, or just don't call me no more.
Hmm.
Like, man, I'm cool with that. Like, I could take the hint. You
Okay.
don't call me no more, you can shit, you done with me. It's cool.
But let's use that. So same thing in marketing. So when you're looking at your competitors from a small business standpoint, and these small business owners who are thinking like, "Hey, I've done enough." It's just like a relationship. If it's not reciprocated or if the effort is not shown, same thing in marketing. So if those small business owners are not showing attention to their potential customers or clients that they're trying to gain,
Mhm.
someone else is going to give them those attention. Just like in a relation, if you're dating and all of a sudden your significant other is not showing up, not reciprocating, they're going to find it elsewhere or just, slowly stop being involved. And that customer is going to slowly stop supporting your business, stop following you, stop liking your content. And quiet as kept, the algorithms will recognize that. The algorithms say, well, James hasn't interacted with Melanin Marketer in a while. So maybe the content she's posting isn't relevant to him anymore. It's not serving it's not serving him. It's not, taking care of his needs. Same thing in dating, right? So there is that, alignment. And that's why I like to use that because everyone can relate to dating. If you're married or in a dating phase, wherever you are, everyone has dated in their adult life. So it's a good way to put an analogy.
So I'm gonna tell you this because I'm gonna be honest about it. I have no clue how to read it. I like the analytics on
Mm.
Instagram and stuff. Do you think other people had that issue too?
Absolutely. You know what? That's a great question. I think that it's not that they don't know how to read it, they don't take the time. And that goes back to a part of the ghosted and posting. They're not recognizing, or they don't know. Let me say that. A lot of times they don't know the significance
Mhm.
of carving out time in their marketing when they put on the marketing hat to look at their analytics, to look at that engagement, what posts are performing well. Because what they tend to do is they get caught up on what they think is going to be a viral post or a great post versus looking at the analytics on how is my content performing? Where are they engaging the most? Where do I need to give them more? Real quickly, I'll tell you with that, your content should be an 80-20 split. Your content, 80% of the content that you post, regardless of what your goal is, 80% should be either to inspire, inform, educate, or entertain. And that last 20% is where you go ham and you sell your product or your service. Because you have to create that, again, dating. People have to get to know you. You are in that getting to know phase, right? When dating. You're asking questions, you're asking your audience, what would you like to see on this podcast, right? Same thing in dating. What would you like to go and eat? So it's that getting to know phase. But back to your question, yeah, the analytics will tell you that. You don't have to guess. But if you take time and look at those analytics, now here's a caveat to that. They may not be able to really understand it and break it down, but they need to at least know, where do I find my analytics? And then they will come to someone like me where I would do a social media audit or a website audit and break it down. And then I like to teach it to you because I want you to take it and know what to do the next time and not have to keep coming back to me. So yeah.
You don't want them to keep coming back to you?
Not for that. That's time consuming. I charge a lot for audits because it's very time consuming.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a
Okay.
lot. So I charge a lot of money for that. So they normally don't have the budget. So that's where my other superpower is. I want to educate you. I want to teach you so that until you can afford to hire someone, you'll know at least the basis. You don't need to know how the sausage or the brownies are made, but enough to get you by so that you can continue to grow your audience and your following.
So I'm gonna ask you this from a consumer
Sure.
or the real consumer, whatever term you want to use.
Mhm.
You feel like they take the ghosting personal?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
The person, like when let's say I, the consumer, comment on your post,
Right. Mm-hmm.
but you ghost me. Do you feel like that person takes it personal?
Absolutely. They don't know you personally, but they want to feel valued and appreciated. You're retaining and nurturing that relationship. That's the organic growth. There's no fast growing in that. Like, you don't get into a relationship with someone fast, do you?
Well,
Okay, James. No, come on. You don't. You nurture that. You're like, you
no,
talking to your cousin?
I was talking about not me personally,
Okay. You talking to JP and you're like, man, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of feeling her. You still nurturing, you still feeling her out.
Yeah.
Same thing with potential customers. They're like, I'm not sure if I want to subscribe just yet. I'm gonna follow him on Instagram. I'm gonna see what else he's posting before I subscribe. You see that?
Okay.
So you're nurturing them. So with that retention, and now they're all in because you have proven to them that you're consistent with content, that you're responding, you retain them. Now they're speaking on your behalf. Like, look, if this podcast right here, they're gonna make sure that he says what's in his bio, what he's delivering, he's gonna do it. They're speaking on your behalf. The advocacy is the golden goose for me, I think, because that's going to continue to grow. Yeah.
What do you because let's be realistic, not everybody meets their goals, right?
True. Good question.
What advice do you give to people who don't meet their goals?
Well, that goes back to, and I appreciate you asking that. That's why I am adamant about taking you from trying to do so much at once. One goal. Focus on one goal.
Okay.
You have to be able to identify. Now, I can help you nurture that, but at the end of the day, this is your business and your podcast. So when you focus on one goal versus trying to focus on 5 different goals, I tell them to start there so that you can take this step by step. Focus on one goal, one channel, remember? Mm-hmm. And like I said, going back to how the job to be done. So that's what I tell them. Take it, and then you don't have to post. If you want to post 2 or 3 times, don't put that pressure on you. Try once a week. One goal, once a week, one channel.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
I want to close with this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you a fun question. If you could have any type of marketing campaign, like you get to visualize it, you get to see it all the way through, what type would it be and why?
Because I'm a girly girl, I would say probably like a makeup line, like Rihanna's makeup line, or I would say like Essence Festival or Lip Bar. Small plug to them. It's my favorite lip brand. That's what I have on my lips now, and they're Black owned. Interesting story about them. They were on Shark Tank. So it's called the Lip Bar. That's the lipstick brand I have on now. Mm-hmm. And Shark Tank denied them. Yeah, so no one's going to buy that. Yeah. And they are killing that. I saw them at Essence Fest last year. And I'm perfect example. I'm a walking ambassador for them. I just told you about them.
Yeah.
So I went through the 6 levels of marketing with them, right? As a consumer. Now I'm taking my marketing hat off, but I'm a consumer. So I didn't even see their story on Shark Tank. Someone else told me, but I started following them on social media. I love their content and the colors they were creating. So, I started following them. And guess what? My conversion was making a purchase. And I've been purchasing Lip Bar for the last 3 years. So they've retained me. Because you know why? Because the colors have increased. So they're listening to their customers. The pigmentation matches my skin. I love it. So they've been able to retain me as a customer for the last 3 or 4 years. On top of that, I'm sitting here telling you. So what am I doing? I'm advocating for them. Literally. You see that?
Yeah.
That's marketing. They're not even in this room. They don't even have any clue who I am. But because they retain me, they continue to make a great product that I want to continue to pay for. And I'm sitting here advocating that on this podcast, Lip Bar.
To a man who, by the way, would never use their product.
Exactly. So that's what I would say. But you see how I kind of segue into that? And that's the truth. That's what came to mind immediately.
But shout out to the Lip Bar.
Yeah, shout out to the Lip Bar.
Hey, I really want to take this minute to thank you for coming this far to actually do the podcast, do it in person, because we talked about it for a while. So I really appreciate you actually following through and sitting down with me to do it.
Absolutely. I'm just excited that you finally had me on because, I saw that you had other guests and I was like, really, James?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But no, on a serious note, I am just so proud of you and just excited for this journey in your life. And that you created this space. And I'm just happy to be here. And I appreciate you having me on as a guest.
Definitely. And
Yeah.
when things really take off, you gotta come back.
Oh, of course. You all heard that, right? On this day. Okay, April 12th, 2025. Okay, just kind
You
of
don't need a
like that.
reminder. I got you.
Okay, sure.
Before we go, make sure you tell the people like how they can contact you, how they can follow you.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, under Melanin Marketer, Melanin Marketer at on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, again, thank you for doing this, and
Thank
I wish you all
you.
the best moving forward with the
Thank
Melanin
you.
Marketer.
I appreciate it. Thanks, James, for having me.
Definitely. I want to take this time to thank everyone for listening to the podcast. I truly appreciate your support. You can follow me on Instagram at conversations_with_Lamp. My Facebook is also Conversations with Lamp. This podcast will be available on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And also, before I end, I got to give a shout out to one of my really good friends, Mr. Sherlin Drake. He invested in my channel on YouTube by subscribing and also donating to me. So thank you, brother. I love you, and thank you for helping me see my dream through. Thank you all again for listening. Have a great day.